Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about something that every DIYer and professional should have in their shop. Whether you work with metal or wood or both, you need to have one of these, and this item is a bench vise. I find a bench vise to be a tool that I'm constantly using, so I decided to get a new one since my old one is getting a bit tired and broken down. So stick around as I unbox and take a look at this new vise that I just got. Alright guys, so when you unbox this puppy, this is everything you get. So let's talk a little bit about some of the features that this guy has. But before we start testing this guy, let me just remind you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. That way you get notified every time I create another product review video or a DIY project that you may find useful. Alright, so this is the 4.5-inch bench vise from Goiners, available on Amazon, link in description below. At the time of making this video, this vise retails for $54.99, but they also have a 5% discount coupon on their Amazon page, making it even cheaper than that. And this bench vise, if you want to compare it to a Harbor Freight vise, Harbor Freight doesn't have a 4.5, they only have a 4 or a 5. And if you want to compare it to the 5, this bench vise is about $10 cheaper than the Harbor Freight's counterpart. So what do you get when you get this guy? Well, you get the vise itself, and you get 4 heavy-duty bolts for installing it on your bench. And this guy comes with a 3-year warranty. Now the dimensions on this guy are 9.8 inches by 4.5 inches in width and 5.5 in height. The throat depth on this is 2 inches, and the max opening claims to be 4.3 inches, but I unscrewed it all the way out to 4.5 inches, so that shows you how much you can open up the jaws, and we'll look at that in just a moment. This unit is made from forged steel construction, and it has a multi-jaw design where you have the flat jaws up top here, and you have some pipe jaws built in down here, and again, I'll give you a close-up in a moment. This unit has a swivel base that can swivel 270 degrees around for adjusting it to whatever is convenient for you. And the jaws have 2,200 pounds of clamping force, and it has 4 holes for mounting the unit. So this vise is pretty much critical to have for any DIYer or professional for getting many jobs done. Whether you get a cheap one, an expensive one, a large one, a small one, find the one that fits your budgets and your projects. I decided to get this one to use in either my shop here or in the shed in the backyard. I really haven't decided where I'm going to mount it, so let's talk a little bit and maybe I'll decide as we go along, or maybe I'll have you guys decide for me. Let's see how we go. Alright guys, so let's talk a little bit about my vices. Not that kind of vise, these kind of vices. These are the 3 vices that I currently have. This one that I just got, and then this other one that I found a few years ago, and I totally refurbished and did a restoration on this one because it was a boat anchor. It was rusty as could be, and I brought it back to life. And I'll put a link to the video that I did the restoration. I'll put a link up in the corner of this video. You can go check that out if you want to see a restoration of a vise. And this is the one that I use most of the time. You've probably seen this hundreds of times in all the videos that I do because I've been using this guy forever. I've had this guy for over 30 years, and you can see it's an old Dunlap. It is ancient history. But this guy has taken a beating. If you look at it, you can see the jaws, they're really beat up. Lots of gouges on there and so forth. And I cleaned it up several times, but it gets beat up all the time. Look how beat up that is right there. So it's in pretty bad shape. And it does have a lot of limitations to it. That's why I considered that one. Then I considered this one. And right now, I really don't know what I'm going to do. That's why I'm kind of talking it out with you guys. And basically, there's a lot of differences between all these different vices. This one has a swivel base, sort of. It doesn't really work much anymore. As you can see, this bolt right here shouldn't be there. I put that bolt there because let me show you around the back. Let me show you there. See, there is the tightening bolt for the swivel base. But if you can see, I've had to tighten that so much that I've actually deformed the base. And it really doesn't work. And that's problematic when you're trying to swivel it and use it. Because you see right now, well, it's fully extended, but you see it is rock steady. A lot of times when I would put something in here and swivel it around to the front here and try to saw or cut or do something, it would just vibrate like crazy and I couldn't get anything done. So that swivel was a bit of a problem. So what I did was I drilled a bolt through it and secured it to the bench right there So now it's not really a swivel base because the swivel doesn't work. And this one only has 3 positions for attaching it to the bench right there, which is kind of odd. Most of them have, that one only has 2, that one has 4. I think most of the newer ones have 4. So that's kind of weird. This one only has 2, one on opposite side of each other. You can see right there, one on each side. But that one doesn't swivel. This one is stationary. It does not swivel. That's why I didn't put it to replace that one. And I just put it on the block of wood so I can move it around when I need to. Now, one of the things that I was considering is I have a workbench in my shed, in my backyard, because there's no real way for me to do things outdoors and do them comfortably and conveniently, because I constantly have to walk from my backyard all the way through the house to get back in here to get all my tools. So it's rather inconvenient to do that. You get pretty tired just doing that stuff. So I have another set of tools and everything in my backyard, and there's no convenient way to go from the garage. As you can see, there's a door over there, but it's kind of useless when your truck is in the way. You can't go through that door. So I have to walk through the house every time I want to go do something in the backyard and come back in here just to get everything I need. So I have 2 sets of tools, one outside and one inside. That's why I have plenty of tools for all sorts of stuff. Anyway, so the thing I'm wondering is, what vise should I leave in here and what vise should I use outdoors? This one is pretty beat up and it no longer swivels, which I'm getting really annoyed with. So I'd like to have one that does swivel. This one doesn't swivel. And as far as the opening, let's take a look at that. This one only opens, I have them all at their max. This one only opens to 4 inches. This one opens to 4.5. This one also, I can get it to open to 4.5. So these 2 are very much the same as far as the openings, but the jaws are a little different. This one, let me hold that under there, is only what, 3.5? Yeah, it's about 3.5. This one is about 3.5 again. This one is 4.5. And this one has pipe jaws built into it, with the other 2 do not. I think originally this one had some separate pipe jaws that you would put up here when you needed them, but I think I lost those a long time ago. I don't know what happened to them, but it does not have pipe jaws built into it here. You cannot use this. This does not work as a pipe jaw. That's only the way the jaws are shaped. But try to hold anything on there, forget it. It'll just keep on rolling and be no good. This one has pipe jaws built into it. So that's fairly convenient, and I have found that I really kind of need that. This one has nothing, totally flat. So that is not very convenient to use right there. So for a multi-purpose one with all the features, that one looks pretty good right now. But that one, I just got it as an impulse buy. I just saw it one day cruising through the internet, and I thought, you know what, that doesn't look too bad, and it's not too expensive. Maybe I'll get it, and maybe I'll put it in the shed, or maybe I'll put it in my garage here. I don't know. And that's why I've been contemplating that. Now, the only improvement I would make to this is that they powder coated the anvil back here. I don't like that. You see, all the anvils are bare metal, and that's the way I like to have them. Because if you've ever used the anvil and you're hammering on it, you don't want the paint on here to transfer to the whatever it is you're hammering on. So I will probably just grind that off and get rid of that and have bare metal. But the rest of it is nicely powder coated, has a nice hammered finish to it. So that's pretty convenient right there. And this one, like I said, has a swivel base right there. You just unlock that, and we'll take a look at that in a moment. But you unlock that, and I have to do it with both hands. But you unlock that, and it should swivel around. So we'll look at that in just a moment as soon as I put the camera down. But, so we have these 3 choices, and what I'm wondering is, which one should I put in here, and which one should I put in the backyard? That one, I don't think I'm going to use anywhere except just the way it is, because it really has a lot of features lacking that I kind of need. So it's between these 2. Or, another question comes to mind, what should I do? Should I get a bigger one? Maybe use that one outside in the backyard and get a bigger one for here? So I don't know if I'm going to basically decide right now. Maybe what I'll do is I'll make this into an interactive video. Maybe I'll have you guys decide for me. You guys tell me what you want me to do. Comment down below and tell me what you think I should do. Should I just retire that one and, I don't know, maybe give it to a relative or a friend or something, because it's kind of not very convenient for all the things I have to do? Should I put that one here in my shop Or should I put that in the shed outdoors and get a bigger, badder one for right here? I mean, after all, I am a tool guy. I do these reviews so you guys don't have to, and you learn from my experience and my mistakes. So what do you want me to do? You want me to just keep that one and that's it? That's the end of the video? Or should I get a bigger, badder, stronger one that does more things and put that here and review it for you guys? Comment down below and let me know, and then we can take it from there and figure out what to do. So right now, I think I'm going to leave it open-ended, but let's take a look at the swivel on this one over here and see how that performs. All right, there you have it. That's the way I like the anvils to be on my vise. If you like it painted, it's totally up to you. I like it bare metal for all the different things that I do. And I'll tell you, I had a pretty good thick coat of powder coating on it. It took a little bit of effort to get it off, but that's the only modification I would make to this guy, is clean off this powder coating off of there so the anvil is bare metal. So there you go. Easy enough to do. All right, so now that this guy is all cleaned up and ready to be used, let's test and see how the swivel performs on it. I already unlocked the little swivel connector right there. And if you open it up, let's see, right now, it's at its full extreme that way. That is one extreme of the arc right there. Then if you turn it the other extreme, it goes all the way out to there. 270 degrees is what the turn is on this guy. So from there, all the way out to there is as far as this unit will turn. Now let's see how good this guy locks up, the steadiness of it. If I were to put it right here and lock it up, right there, I just tightened it up without going animal crazy on it, because that's the mistake I made with that one. I had to go so crazy, I ruined it. So right there it's tightened up, and right there you can see it's not really barely moving. So if I had something clamped in here and I had to be cutting or doing something like that, this jaw is moving. If I were to tighten the jaw, you see right there, it's not moving. I'm holding it down because it's not bolted down, so I have to make sure it stays down. But I'm only holding down the base, not the swivel. And you see, that's pretty tight. Then if I loosen it, it swivels freely again. So I'll show you right there. Let's do it this way. Tighten it right there without going crazy. And let me hold that. Again, it's solid. So this is a massive improvement over the other unit that I have over there, which wobbled. The other one, let me give you an example, okay? Let me show you how the other one goes. The other one, I could tighten it down, and it would be like that. That's what my old one would do. It would be like that. Even cranking it as hard as I could, it would still do this. So that's why I just gave up on it. I just bolted it down and gave up on the swivel. This one, look at that. No movement. I mean, I could still crank it more, and it is solid. So that's the benefit of having a nice new vise, much more improved over that other one over there. So there you have it, guys. This is a fairly decent vise as far as I'm concerned for a very normal price. I don't think it's very expensive at all. For about 50 bucks, that's a very reasonable price considering the cost of a lot of vices these days. So that's why I bought it. I'm perfectly happy with it, but I'm still going to leave it up to you guys. What do you think I should do? Should I put this one here in my shop in the place of the other Dunlap one that I have there, or should I put this one in my shed and use it for stuff outdoors for working on my lawnmowers and all that kind of stuff? And should I get a bigger, badder one for in here with maybe more features, bigger jaws, bigger opening, you know, the ones that turn around and so forth? What are your comments? Let me know down below. Let me know what you think you want me to do. I'm here to make reviews to make you guys happy so you see what works and what doesn't work and what mistakes I make along the way. So that's what I'm here for. Let me know. I'll get another one if you're interested in something bigger, or I'll put this one here if that's what you guys decide. Let me know in the comments down below. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye for now.